Okay, we are going to review direct object pronouns. So this is for direct object pronouns. Okay, so we've been making the table in class to kind of help remind you what's direct versus what's indirect. So we're not going to use this side right now. This is going to be the indirect pronouns. And we're not going to use this side right now. Okay, this is the direct object pronouns. If you want to write out object pronouns, that's fine. Or if you just want to put OP, that's fine as well, as long as you know what it is. So the three direct object pronouns that we're going to be working the most with right now are le, la, and le. On occasion, you'll see L apostrophe. Okay? Le is going to replace, all of these are going to replace something. So it's going to replace him or a masculine object. Masculine, here, object. So le is replacing the word him, or if it was like the word Matthew, like the name Matthew, or anything that's a male or a masculine object. La is going to replace her or a feminine object. Le is going to replace them or plural objects, and it doesn't matter what the gender is. So it replaces them or plural, which means more than one, objects, regardless of the gender. And then lastly, we have L apostrophe. Draw it down because I use less space. L apostrophe is going to be used when le or la is followed by a vowel. Okay, so this is used when le or la is followed by a vowel. Okay? So now we know what our pronouns are. What exactly is a direct object? Okay, a direct object. Direct objects are the people or things that receive the action directly from the verb. So people or things that receive the action directly, that part's important, directly from the verb. So these are going to answer the questions of who or what. So who is receiving the action? What is receiving the action? So answers the question who or what. Okay? Alright, so there's some rules that you need to pay attention to when you're using your direct object pronouns. Okay? So rule 1. Direct object pronouns always go before the verb. So direct object pronouns always go before the verb. Okay, so that's rule number 1. Rule number 2. The object that the direct object is replacing does not stay in the sentence. You're not going to replace it and then leave it in the sentence. And I'll show you an example in the section. Actually, let's go back up here real quick. I want to give you an example of it going before in your sentence. So you have je le veux. This is your direct object pronoun. This is like saying I want it. It is your direct object pronoun. So sorry, I kind of jumped ahead of myself. Alright, so like I said, rule number 2, the object that the direct object pronoun replaces does not remain in the sentence. Okay? So let me give you an example. If you're saying, I want the sword. Je veux l'épée. Okay? So our direct object in this sentence is the sword. This is our direct object. Okay? So I need to replace this, and I'm going to replace it. Sword is feminine, so I'm going to replace it with la. So I would put here, remember our rule number 1, it goes before je la veux. Okay? You're not going to finish this sentence here by writing l'épée. That does not work, because then you're basically saying, I want it, the sword. So you're just repeating what you took time to take out of your sentence. So do not add the word l'épée, because it defeats the purpose of the direct object pronoun. If you need to rewind this part and go back through this again, you can go ahead and restart the video, or if you think you're good, we're going to keep going for some examples. I'm out of space, so I'm going to turn the page. If you still have space, then keep going. Okay? Alright, so let's do some examples. So, the first example. She drinks a Coke. She drinks a Coke. Translating that sentence, it would be Elle boit un Coca. Now we want to answer the question, what or who? So what or who is being drunk? Drank. I don't know the past participle of that. What is being consumed? Okay? The Coke. So this is our verb, to drink. What are they drinking? The Coke. So we have to replace Coke with a direct object pronoun. How do we know which one to choose from? Because look, we have le, la, le, or sometimes L apostrophe. We need the masculine in this case because Coke is masculine. We know because it says un and not une. Okay? So when we would replace that, rule number 1 says that we need to put the direct object pronoun before the verb. And rule number 2 says that the object that we are replacing does not end up back in our sentence. So if I'm following those 2 rules, I would have elle, I'd have to put my direct object pronoun, which is le, and then my verb, bois. Then I'm done. I don't need to add un Coca because that's what I'm replacing. So basically this says she drinks it. Okay? Let's do another example. So let's say she eats the pizza. Remember, we're answering the question, what or who is receiving the verb? So if we translate this, we'd have Elle mange la pizza. What is the verb? The verb is to eat. What or whom is being eaten? Hopefully no one is being eaten, so it's what's being eaten. And in this case, what's being eaten is the pizza. So we have to replace pizza with a direct object pronoun. So it's either, again, going to be le, la, le, or L apostrophe. Our noun is feminine. We know because it's la. If it were le, it would be masculine. But it's la. So we're going to replace it with a direct object pronoun for feminine objects, and that's la. Okay? So remember, it has to go before your verb, and you can't rewrite la pizza after, because then you're just making your sentence repetitive. So this is going to become, I should put a little arrow here. This is going to become Elle la mange. Okay? Let's look at number 3. Let's say let's say I want a Coke and a pizza. I want a Coke and a pizza. Okay? Je veux un Coca et une pizza. Okay? So, what or who is being wanted? So, what's being wanted? This is our verb to want. They want a Coke. What else do they want? They want a pizza. Okay? So, we need to replace Coke and pizza. We have more than one thing. So if you look at your direct object pronouns, we need to look for the direct object pronoun that has more than one. That's going to be les, which is plural. So we need to replace it by putting the direct object pronoun before the verb and make sure that we don't repeat Coke or pizza because we're saying it with the direct object pronoun. So we would have je, our direct object pronoun, les, because it's plural, the. I want them. Okay? Let's do one more example. Let's say I'm saying they have the sword. They have the sword. Okay? Ils ont l'épée. What do they have? They have the sword. So we need to replace sword with a pronoun. Now this one's tricky. We don't know the gender. You have to memorize your gender of your nouns. So this one I know because I've memorized. Sword is feminine. Okay, so we need to replace this with something feminine. That's going to be la. So when we rewrite this, we'd have ils. Remember, you have to have your pronoun before your verb. La, ont. But we can't leave it like this. This is not okay because we have a vowel here and we have a vowel here. So we cannot leave this like that. You have to take off the A and add an apostrophe. Remember, you use L apostrophe when it's used as lower la and it's followed by a vowel. Okay? So, it's going to actually become ils l'ont. Okay? So let's do some practice. Let's do try this one. Je veux le chien. Which means I want the dog. Okay? Remember, it's going to go before the verb, and we're not going to repeat the word le chien. So pause the video, figure out what goes in this blank, and then unpause the video and check and see if your answer is correct. Okay, so you should have le. Why do we have le? Chien is masculine and it's singular. Okay? So let's try number 2. Il voit les montagnes. He sees the, ooh, I'm running out of space. I can't spell. Mountains. Okay? So remember, you're going to have your subject, you're going to have your pronoun before your verb. Again, go ahead and pause the video. See if you can get what goes in this blank. Unpause it when you're ready to check your answer. Go ahead. You should have chosen les. Les because mountains is plural. It doesn't matter the gender of mountain. The gender is feminine, but you don't have to know that because it's plural. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and turn my page again. If you still have space, keep going. Alright, try number 3. Let's do elles ont un frère. They have a brother. Okay? You're going to have elle, your pronoun, or your direct object pronoun, and then your verb. So go ahead one more time, pause the video, try to figure out what goes in the blank, and when you're ready to check your answer, push play. You should have come up with L apostrophe. Brother is masculine, so it would have been le. But remember, you can't have le next to on because you have the double vowel. So you have to drop your E and add your apostrophe. Okay, I'm going to give you 2 to practice by yourself. Nous avons un chat. We have a cat. Okay? You're going to figure this one out all by yourself. When you're ready to check your answer, push play. So go ahead and push pause and work this one out. Okay, our answer for this one should have been nous l'avons. Nous l'avons. Even though cat is masculine, it comes before a verb. So we would have had le, but remember you can't have le and avons next to each other, so you have to get rid of that and add your apostrophe. Okay? Let's try one more by yourself. Tu vois la carte. Okay? Let's make this exclamation. Ooh, you saw the map. Or you see the map. You see the map. Okay? So again,